I used to think faith was for weak people until I realized I was the one who was lost. What if the God you stopped believing in never stopped looking for you? Most of my life, I did not believe in God at all. I was not spiritually curious or searching for the truth. I believed Christianity was irrational, and I was convinced God wasn't real. I thought faith was something people leaned on when they could not face reality. If someone had told me that I would one day follow Christ, read the Bible willingly, and talk openly about Him, I would have laughed and dismissed it immediately. I didn't know it back then, but the Lord has a way of using your trials to forge you and to bring you closer to Him. I only started believing when I had nowhere else to turn, and I didn't want to live anymore. It was during one of the hardest seasons of my life. One night, I was all alone, and I fell on my knees and face and started crying out to Him in desperation. My life started changing, and I started seeing things happen that couldn't have been a coincidence. I knew this was God. But still, I thought, who is Jesus? That's when I started to read the Bible for myself. The first gospel I ever read was the Gospel of Matthew. And when I read the parable of the lost sheep for the first time, I wept. I did not expect that. I was not trying to be emotional, but I was alone, reading quietly. But when I read those words, something in me broke. He was speaking to me. Let's read it. Matthew 18:12-14. What do you think? If a man has 100 sheep and one of them goes astray, does he not leave the 99 and go to the mountains to seek the one that is straying? And if he should find it, assuredly I say to you, he rejoices more over that sheep than over the 99 that did not go astray. Even so, it is not the will of your Father who is in heaven that one of these little ones should perish. When I read that, I saw myself in a way I never had before. Jesus saved me. He came to get me like the lost sheep, and I also realized He was coming for me all along. I had wondered, I had dismissed God, and I had built arguments against Him. And I assumed that if He were real, He definitely wouldn't want me. But this passage shows a shepherd who goes after the one, the sheep who is not searching or calling out. It is simply lost. And it is the shepherd who initiates the pursuit. What made me cry was not just the idea of being lost. It was the realization that He was not indifferent towards me. He was not waiting for me to fix myself. He was not demanding that I earn my way back. He was seeking, and not reluctantly, but intentionally. Jesus says the shepherd rejoices when he finds the sheep. The word rejoices unsettled me in the best way. I had always imagined that if I ever turned toward God, it would be met with shame or rebuke. But this describes celebration. The realization pierced through my pride. I had spent so much time believing I was intellectually strong for rejecting God. But in that moment, I realized I was not strong. I was just lost. Coming to Christ was not me surrendering my mind. It was me surrendering my independence and my life to Him. It was admitting that I truly needed the one I had dismissed. The gospel became clear in that moment. We wander because of sin. We choose our wrong directions, and we convince ourselves that we don't need God. But God does not abandon wandering people. John 6:44 says, no one can come to me unless the Father who sent me draws him, and I will raise him up at the last day. He sends Jesus. The shepherd seeks, and the cross is how He rescues. And Jesus makes it clear that it is not the Father's will that even one should perish. The one who was me. Before you go, take a few minutes and read Matthew 18:12-14 and share your testimony in the comments below. Let's keep seeking the truth, and let's stay deeply rooted in Christ. I am so glad you joined me today. I hope you found hope and truth as we dove into the Word together. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share with other people who might be that one sheep. Let's spread the good news together.